What's going on, guys? We're back at it today. It's gonna be another day of sourcing. I'm gonna bring you guys along. We're heading off to the auction. It's about an hour and 40 minutes away, and we're gonna stop at a thrift store on the way there, a Goodwill. So I'll show you guys what I get at the thrift store, then we'll head off to the auction and see what kind of goodies we can get. You know the routine. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for watching, and let's get it. So we just stopped at this Goodwill, so we're gonna go in here and see if we can find some stuff. It's always good, like if you're running your errands or if you have another way to go sourcing, yard sailing or whatever, maybe have some thrift stores along the routes that you can stop at, because most of the times you stop by these thrift stores, you only pick up maybe 2-3 things. Sometimes you'll be lucky and get a big haul, but since you're generally only picking up a few things at a time, it's nice when you can be out and about running your errands or doing something else and then make a quick stop and make a little extra profit on the side. So I just found a couple of things at that Goodwill. These are cycling shoes. It was half off green today, so they were only $7.50. And then I got 2 sweaters. Got a nice Ski-Doo knit sweater, and then a Garth Brooks World Tour sweater. I don't usually buy clothes like this, but it was slim pickings today, so that's what we left with. So I only spent $17 on that Goodwill for that stuff. I think the Ski-Doo sweater is worth about $40. I didn't look up the Garth Brooks World Tour sweater, so I really am unsure about that. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's somewhere in the $25 to $45 range for that sweater. And then we also got the cycling shoes, and those are worth about $35. So it was slim pickings, but we should be able to turn our $17 into over $100. The reason I don't really buy clothes and stuff like that is a lot of times they take months to sell. Every once in a while I'll get lucky and they'll sell pretty quick, but they're just not my thing, not my cup of tea. So I'm taking a quick break. It's 6:45. The auction started at 1 o'clock. I got here for preview at noon, so I've been here for like almost 7 hours already. They still have some stuff to sell after the furniture, so I'm probably not going to get out of here realistically till like 8:30, and then I'll go hit up my favorite taco spot down the road. But I'll get this stuff back to the warehouse. It's almost dark now, so I'm going to go straight home from here. But I'll get this stuff back to the warehouse tomorrow, and I'll pull it out and show you guys what all we got and what I think I can get out of everything. Before I pull all this stuff out of the truck from the auction, I want to show you guys what we sold over the past few days. We got 20 items we need to ship and send out. $1,461. We'll run through it real quick. This is like a collectible ornament, but Thomas Blackshear is like a really high-end collectible line. $75 plus shipping for a Christmas ornament. We got a Auric handheld vacuum. These things are good. Always be on the lookout for them. I always buy them and they sell quick, and I usually get them for $5 to $10. Paid 10, sold for 70. This was a cool piece, 1918 military photograph from World War I. It sold for $60 plus shipping. I actually had that listed for a while. Some more bank bags. This is a printer, sold for $200 plus shipping. We sold a rifle scope for $100 plus shipping. Some more bank bags. Another golf club from the golf club haul. It sold for $60 plus shipping. More bank bags. A collectible Barbie doll sold for $144. We got Donkey Kong and Super Mario World Super Nintendo games, $40 plus shipping. This fishing rod sold for only $15 because it was damaged, and I just sent out an offer. Wanted to get rid of it. I had it listed for quite a while. We sold some women's running shoes, paid $9, sold for $35. We got a Calphalon stock pot. I accepted an offer at $40, only paid $6 for it. 10 more bank bags. Another golf club from the golf club haul, $70 plus shipping. This large doll, it was like 2 feet tall, collectible doll, sold for $100 plus shipping. So just to give you guys an idea of like what happened over basically the past 2 days, because these sales were from March 1st and March 2nd. Today's March 3rd in the morning. Paid $376 for these items that sold. Sold was $1,461 gross. So after fees and everything, I should clear almost $1,300, so $900 profit off these things. And you can see these are just basic things I bought at auctions, yard sales, and thrift stores. I'll show you guys everything we picked up, and I'll let you know what I think we could sell it for. And then at the end, I'll tell you guys what I think the totals will be on total sales for this haul. So this was a really nice banjo I picked up. It's got this pearl inlay like this, and any of these banjos that are really old with this pearl inlay are selling for hundreds of dollars. So I think that banjo is worth somewhere between $190 to $250. So we'll have to see. It's a really nice, well-made banjo. So keep an eye out for those. Here's some vintage clocks. I like clocks. They always sell quick. I got these for really cheap too. This one's cool. It's like I forget what they call this kind of shell. It's like iridescent. It actually has a clock built in. There's some other vintage clocks. I'll probably sell this in like 1 or 2 lots just to get rid of it pretty quick. This is called Shawnee, so you want to keep your eyes out for this as well. Shawnee, made in the USA. But I saw a stack of like 6 of these plates sell for like $80. So I think this flat right here should sell for about $50. These are a little bit older. They're from the same set, but you can tell they have a little bit more age to them. This picture alone sells for $45 by itself. So there again, I think this flat will sell for about $50, and this flat should sell for about $70 with those pieces. And I only paid $15 for all that. This I got for free. It like came with some other stuff. Sometimes at the auction they'll lot stuff up. But I'll look this up because it is a creamer and a sugar, so those are kind of desirable if it's a high-end set. So I'll have to do some research on that. They may be worth like 25, 30 bucks, or they may just end up in like a donation or yard sale pile. They weren't something I was actually going after. Here's a really nice guitar made by Alvarez, and it's like the Artist series, which seem to be pretty high-end. I only paid $60 for it, and there again you can see some nice pearl inlay in there. It's a really well-built guitar, and there's some pearl inlay in the neck as well. So I think that's worth about $200, and I only paid $60 for it. I got this. These are awesome. There's a really funny video of this girl this lady that put this on, and she like couldn't stop laughing, but every time she laughed, the mask made the noise. So you should search that up on YouTube. If you search Chewbacca Star Wars mask, it'll probably be the first video pop up. It's hilarious. But that's not for sale. I got that for my kids, so we can have some fun with that. This is a Matabo DS200 grinder. These new are about $330 to $350. This one's used in really good shape. I think I paid $80 for it, and I'm hoping to sell it for $199 plus shipping, somewhere around there. This is a cool piece. I've never seen this actual BB gun or this model BB gun. It is made by Daisy, as you can see right there, but it's all stainless steel. It's obviously vintage, and it's worth about 60 bucks, and I paid 15 for that. And this is really cool, Ukrainian fighting knife with everything going on right now in Ukraine. It's a pretty cool piece. It was advertised as Ukrainian. Not sure if it actually is or not. Have to do a little bit of research, but the way it's built and the kind of knife it is, I think it's worth about $50 to $70. Same with this. If you look these up, this is called a theater fighting knife. I think these were around World War II era, but these are really cool. They would recycle windshields, like airplane windshields, to make these handles. So those clear spaces you see in there are actually an airplane windshield. Really cool. It's brass, really well-made knife, worth about 70 bucks. I paid 30 for that, I believe. This is a really nice set. I sold this set recently, a big set of it, for $400. This is Linux Autumn. Somebody got $100 for 4 saucers and 4 cups. We have 5 saucers and 5 cups, so it's safe to say that's a $100 bill right there. I only paid 10 bucks for that flat. This is a Lionel complete train set. It's hard to find this set in the original box, vintage. But everything seems to be there, and this set in the box like this is selling for around 120, and I believe I paid 40 for it. This is a pretty cool sign. The Eagles, the band. It's a concert advertisement or something along those lines. I just thought it was cool, and I only paid $5 for it. I run local auctions on this other website, another auction house that lets me use their platform to auction off stuff. So that's probably where that piece is going to end up, just so I can find it a good home. That's not all, guys. We have a whole nother table of goodies over here. And just so you know, like total spend on everything you're seeing here, I spent $990. And at the end, I'll let you know what the total take should be once everything's actually sells through. This Jury's beer sign, it's pretty cool. You can hardwire it. It lights up on the back. It should sell for around 60 bucks. This piece just came for free with this Drewry's clock. This has some damage, which is unfortunate because there's one of these listed for 180 bucks, but none have sold. But this one's broke up here, and this is a tile, and it's obviously cracked. So I'm probably going to end up putting that in the online auction I just mentioned. These are cool. Every time I find them, I try to get them if I can. They're really well made. McFarlane is the company that makes them. They make like the best figures. Some of these sell for a lot, but it has a lot to do with the players. And we don't have any like really big names here, except for Ronnie Lott's a pretty good one. And then obviously Brett Favre is a legend. And here's Dante Culpepper. The cool thing about Dante Culpepper is he went to high school here in Ocala, the town I live in. So that's cool. But I only paid $30 for all these, which is essentially like $5 or $6 each. And some of the good ones sell for like $30 to $50. But I should have no problem getting $100 out of that box lot there. Then back here we got model smoking tobacco reproduction sign. Should be worth about 50 bucks. I only paid 10. This is a pretty cool sign. Vintage, drink Coca-Cola. Really cool piece. There's one of these listed for 130. I didn't see any sold comps. I paid $30 for it, but I'm gonna undercut the guy that's on there, so I'm hoping to get somewhere between $70 and $100 for that sign, which would be a really good flip. And then we got some huge lots of pins. These are like military pins and stuff like that. I saw some like Canadian military pins like this here, and I sold a lot of these last year. I think I had like 30 of them in a big lot, and I got like 660 bucks for the lot. So some of those sell well, so we'll see what we can do with those and see what's in there. It'll be fun to pick through. Here's an old spatula that just got thrown in with something. There again, I'll probably make a lot of primitives for the local auction, and I'll throw that in with it. Here's a stock. I wasn't sure about this, but anything gun related could be worth a lot of money. You can sell stocks. This is a foldable stock, so this thing will fold out. And I think it's made for some kind of Ruger firearm, but this is the company, Ramline. So that's a cool piece there. That should sell for around $65, and I only paid 10 bucks for it. This is a good company to be on the lookout for. Some of these vintage Est-wing hatchets sell for a lot of money. This one has the original sheath and everything. This guy wrote his initials here and here. I might be able to get this off the stainless, but I don't think I'll be able to get that off the leather. Anyway, it's worth about 100 bucks in the condition it's in with the initials and everything. I might drop it down to like 90 bucks. That does take off the value just a little bit. This stuff came with like a bunch of stuff as like a lot, but this might be worth something. OG copper teapot. I'll have to look that up later. And then this is a really cool old knife here. It's like handcrafted. Let's see if I can get the sheath off. It's really well made, signed. I'm not sure what country this came from. Has some pearl inlay there in the handle. Looks like some bone right there to cover the rivets. Long blade. Should be a $60 knife all day, I would think. This other stuff came with it. Some military pins. A really worn United States fighting knife. I can't even make out the information on the blade anymore. So there again, this stuff's gonna end up going in the local auction in like a primitives lot just to get rid of it. These are pretty cool. These jump starters, I bought these. Whoop, everything fell out. So there you go. Now you can see the contents. These I bought a few times. They usually sell for about $50 each, and I only paid $15 each. So I paid $45 for all three, and I should be able to turn that into about $150. This is a camera tripod. It's in the original box. The same model, brand new in the box, sold for $100. Used ones are selling for around $50. So we have a used one in the box. So I think I should be able to get about $60 plus shipping. Another reproduction vintage sign, Fisk tires, tubes. Probably only worth about 20-25 bucks, maybe 30 to 35 on a good day. These are really good. Be on the lookout for these. These are vintage Coleman lanterns. The cool thing is, anytime you ever find one of these, they always have the model. See how it says model right there? And then over here, it's hard to make out on this one. 200A is the model. And if you look up Coleman 200A, you'll see this lantern should sell for $120 to $150. It has some wear, so I'm thinking around 130 bucks. It's a really cool piece there. And then we got some other lanterns in the lot, and I only paid $75 for all this stuff. The red lantern will I'll have all my money back plus profit. Then I got this lantern over here with the case, which is probably worth about $40. And then I'll sell the rest of this stuff together and it should be like another $50. So that's a really good box there. I should be able to turn 75 into a little over 200. But that's everything we picked up at the auction, and I'll let you guys know what I think I can sell it all for. And thanks again for watching. I overlooked a couple things I got. These are some high-end photography tripods. Heart is the brand, and if you look that up, you'll see a lot of sold comps that are really high. There's like 4 or 5 different ones, and I sold a bunch of photography stuff last month or two. And these ones are made for the photography lights. These ones with the small things on top. So there's 5 tripods total, and I only paid $15 for all of them. And I honestly think there's about $150 there. Here's a nice Samsonite rolling laptop case briefcase thing. This I'm gonna either sell like locally in a yard sale or an online auction. And there was one thing that was out in the truck that I forgot to bring inside because it was in my center console. So I got this lot of 7 pocket watches. Some pretty nice ones in here. You know, I'll lot up the ones that are only worth like $20 to $40. I'll lot those all together. And if there's any good ones, look at that old thing still running. Look at that. That's awesome. This one's really nice. I gotta do some research. Looks like there's some damage there on the face, unfortunately. Maybe if I can get the back off, I'll be able to see the movement and everything. But yeah, it's a nice lot of 7 pocket watches. So that's it for today's video. All in all, it was a pretty good haul. I want you to notice one thing about most of the items that we picked up today. A lot of these items are things that tend to slip through the cracks, right? There was a lot of good stuff at that auction that everybody knew it was good stuff. There was like a high-end KitchenAid mixer. There was some like new DeWalt tools. Now all these things catch every reseller's eyes because it's literally the low-hanging fruit. We all know that those brands sell well, and we all know that those brands are worth a lot of money. The things that tend to get overlooked are some of the things that like I picked up. Unique instruments, unique vintage items, hard to find things, collectible knives. Things that a lot of other people aren't going to take the time to do a little bit of research on or check the market. So just keep that in mind when you're out there sourcing, like especially at an auction, because there's a lot of competition. And the things like that KitchenAid mixer and those DeWalt tools, they got bid up really high to where there wasn't a lot of profit left on them. But then some of these things out here, you know, I paid $10 or $15 for, and they're worth $75 to $100. So that's the kind of stuff I tend to try to get, like the low-hanging fruit I tend to overlook. Or at least, you know, I'll give it a shot, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to get outbid and you're not going to get the profit there. So don't get discouraged and kind of switch up your way of sourcing if you're running into that problem a lot, where you're finding the good items at the auction, but then you're getting outbid. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from the stuff that we picked up today. Maybe something will surprise you. And I got some other videos coming up. I'm working on them now, so I'll have those dropping soon. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks again. Till next time. Peace. Take it easy.